It is 8 a.m. Tuesday, 2027. You log in, but you don't report to a person. You report to a dashboard. Your tasks for the day haven't been assigned by a project manager who knows you're recovering from the flu, or that you crushed a presentation yesterday. They have been assigned by a probabilistic model. This model knows your keystroke velocity from yesterday. It knows how long you paused between emails. It has analyzed the sentiment of your voice on the last 3 calls. And based on that data, it has decided you are at 84% capacity. So it fills your calendar. We often imagine the future of artificial intelligence as a dramatic singularity, a moment where machines become sentient. But the reality of 2027 is far more subtle and perhaps more profound. We are entering the era of algorithmic management. The question is not whether AI will replace you. The question is, what happens to the human mind when authority becomes code? Context, from stopwatches to neural networks. To understand where we are going, we must look at where we started. In 1911, Frederick Winslow Taylor published The Principles of Scientific Management. Taylor was obsessed with efficiency. He stood over factory workers with a stopwatch, breaking down every movement to find the one best way to shovel coal or carry iron. This was Taylorism. It treated the human being as a component in a machine, predictable, optimizable, and fundamentally lazy without supervision. For the last century, Taylorism was limited by biology. A human manager can only watch so many workers. A human manager needs to sleep. A human manager has bias, but also empathy. Today, we are witnessing the birth of digital Taylorism. As scholars like Phil Brown and Hugh Lauder have noted, technology allows the principles of the factory to be applied to the mind. In the early 2020s, this began with bossware, crude tools that took screenshots of your desktop or tracked your mouse movement. But by 2027, the technology has graduated. We are moving from surveillance to agency. The software doesn't just watch, it directs. Large language models and agentic workflows now coordinate complex teams, mediate conflicts, and determine compensation. The manager is no longer a person you can negotiate with. It is a set of parameters you must optimize for. The human system. Let's look at the biology of this interaction. When you interact with a human boss, there is a social contract. You can read facial micro-expressions. You can appeal to shared humanity. If you miss a deadline, you can explain the nuance of why. An algorithmic boss operates on what sociologists call datafication. It converts social behavior into quantifiable metrics. But human beings do not function well under constant quantified observation. There is a concept in psychology known as the Hawthorne Effect, dating back to the 1920s. It suggests that individuals modify an aspect of their behavior in response to their awareness of being observed. When that observation is permanent, the modification becomes permanent. This triggers a state of chronic hypervigilance. In a 2027 algorithmic workplace, you are constantly performing productivity. You aren't just thinking, you are moving the mouse to show you are thinking. This creates a conflict with self-determination theory. According to psychologists Ryan and Deci, human well-being and high-quality motivation rely on 3 needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Algorithmic management attacks autonomy. If the machine sets the pace, the method, and the schedule, you are no longer the pilot of your own labor. You are the servo mechanism executing the logic of the code. The pressure. The friction arises from a fundamental disconnect: context. An AI agent, no matter how advanced, operates on probability and pattern matching. It does not understand meaning. This leads to the prevalence of Goodhart's law, which states, when a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. Strathern, 1997. In our 2027 scenario, if the AI boss optimizes for response time, employees will answer emails instantly with lower quality, just to satisfy the metric. If it optimizes for lines of code, developers will write bloated software. The pressure comes from the black box. In a traditional hierarchy, if you are passed over for a promotion, you can ask why. The answer might be unfair, but it is usually intelligible. In an algorithmic hierarchy, the decision is often opaque. The neural network weighed 1,000 variables: your tone, your login times, your peer reviews, the market data, and output a score. Researchers call this algorithmic opacity. Burrell, 2016. You cannot argue with the score because you cannot see the formula. This creates a specific type of psychological distress. Learned helplessness. If you cannot discern the link between your actions and the outcome, you stop trying to control the outcome. You simply endure the system. Possible futures, 3 scenarios for 2027. How does this actually look on a Tuesday morning? Based on current trajectories in enterprise software and organizational psychology, we can project 3 distinct scenarios. Scenario 1, the augmented nudge, high probability. In this future, the AI is not a tyrant, but a relentless coach. This is the evolution of tools we see today like Microsoft Copilot or Salesforce Einstein. Here, the human manager still exists, but they have outsourced the micromanagement. The AI agent monitors your workflow and offers nudges. You have spent 45 minutes on this slide. Historical data suggests this task should take 20. Would you like to switch tasks? It feels helpful initially, but the cumulative effect is the erosion of cognitive breaks. The pores of the working day, those moments of staring out the window to synthesize ideas, are identified as inefficiency and filled with smaller tasks. The result is a workforce that is technically more productive but creatively exhausted, suffering from what researchers call intensification of work effort. Green, 2004. Scenario 2, the liquid workforce, transformative. This scenario disrupts the very idea of a job. Here, companies dissolve permanent roles. Instead, they have liquid teams. When a project arises, an AI agent breaks it down into component skills. It then scans a global database of freelancers and internal staff, instantly assembling a team for that specific 48-hour sprint. You don't have a job title. You have a dynamic reputation score. The AI acts as the market maker. It negotiates your fee based on your real-time supply and demand. If you are in high demand, your rate surges. If you slacked off yesterday, your access to premium projects is throttled. This creates a hyper-meritocracy. It eliminates office politics and bias. The code doesn't care who your father is, but it also eliminates stability. Every single day is a job interview with an algorithm. Scenario 3, the panopticon, risk case. This is the application of management by stress. Parker and Slaughter, 1988, powered by predictive analytics. In this scenario, prevalent in low-margin industries like customer service or logistics, the AI dictates every second. It uses biometric feedback, eye tracking, voice stress analysis to predict burnout or dissent before it happens. The system doesn't just track work, it predicts intent. If your engagement metrics drop below a certain threshold, the system automatically generates a performance improvement plan, or in extreme cases, terminates access. You are fired by a script before a human HR representative even opens the file. This creates a culture of fear, where the primary work activity becomes signaling compliance rather than creating value. Adaptation patterns. Humans are remarkably adaptive. If the environment changes, we change. By 2027, we will likely see the rise of algorithmic resistance. Just as factory workers in the 1900s found ways to slow down the assembly line, knowledge workers will find ways to confuse the sensors. We are already seeing mouse jigglers to fake activity. In 2027, we might see adversarial inputs, employees deliberately feeding noise into the system to protect their privacy or manipulate their performance scores. But the deeper adaptation will be specialization. As AI takes over the management of processes, humans will retreat to the management of ambiguity. The one thing the AI boss struggles with is the unstructured problem, the client who is angry but doesn't know why, the negotiation that requires a leap of faith, the ethical dilemma where the efficient answer is the wrong one. Workers who can navigate these messy, human, unquantifiable spaces will thrive. They will become the exception handlers for the AI agents. Conclusion. The arrival of the AI boss is not a sci-fi fantasy. It is the logical conclusion of a century-long quest to turn labor into math. In 2027, the challenge will not be the technology itself. The technology is just a mirror. It reflects the values of the organization that deploys it. If an organization values humans only as units of production, the AI will be a ruthlessly efficient slave driver. If an organization values human creativity and autonomy, the AI could be the ultimate support system, removing the drudgery of admin and leaving us free to think. The danger lies in the illusion of objectivity. We tend to trust the dashboard because it looks like math. We forget that the math was written by humans, optimizing for profit, often at the expense of the psyche. As we move forward, we must remember, a metric is a map, but it is not the territory. The next time you look at your project management tool, or that notification nudging you to reply, ask yourself, is this tool serving you, or are you serving the tool? And if the answer is the latter, who is really in charge?